Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel and another income report video, this time for February 2023. In this report, I'm just going to go over my royalties for KDP for February and also run over my ad spend and what I spent on tools and then the overall profit, and just have a chat about how the month went basically. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's just get into it. So here we are already in March. It's at the beginning of March as I record this video, and I just can't believe that it's March already. I mean, what happened to the year already? It's already in the third month of the year. It's completely crazy. It feels like it was just New Year's Eve the other day. I don't know if any of you feel like that. With a blink of an eye, we're going to be back into Q4. But yeah, anyway, we're going into March, which is great because it's been really cold here. So I'm hoping that it's going to start warming up a little bit. Now, as far as February goes, I know I've got this Valentine's theme for this video, but ironically, I hardly have any Valentine's books at all. So I don't tend to have massive sales in February, and I've definitely seen a big dip from January, which was one of my best months, which was completely to be expected, 100%. So that's fine. But let me know if you are in the Valentine's niche, if you have a lot more sales during February. Typically, I have a lot of evergreen books, which means I don't really focus on things like Mother's Day, Valentine's, and things like that. I've always intended to do some more, but it just hasn't quite happened. I do have some Mother's Day related books actually, so that might take off a little bit. And I think I also have some books that just tend to be bought for Mother's Day, even though they're not typically, created for that purpose. So I have had a good March in some cases before, so I have to see if that's the case this year. So far, the beginning of March has been really good actually, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. For me, as far as books go, and until the end of the month anyway, I was completely focused on doing Etsy. If you have watched my other videos, I did get started on Etsy, and that's taken up a huge amount of my time at the moment, and I'm going to do a video on my results on that because I've been on Etsy for around 1 month now. I've been loving doing something else, and I've also been inspired to go back into print on demand as well. So I'm actually doing a challenge. It's just a challenge by myself, but you're all welcome to join it as well if you like. I'll talk about that in one sec. In general, I haven't been doing much on KDP until right at the end of the month. I uploaded around 8 books, and they were all either dot grid journals or just standard notebooks. But I was using some designs that I was already using for like merch and Redbubble and just slightly adjusting them. So I thought it was worth putting them on the notebooks anyway, why not? And I was also trying a different size out. I was doing an 8.5 by 8.5, so a square size, which I haven't done before. So those are all in review at the moment. They haven't gone through and it's been a few days yet, so I will see how that all goes. But I am definitely planning on uploading more books. I don't regularly upload notebooks or dot grid journals or anything like that, so I'm interested to see if I get any sales from these at all, and I will definitely report back to you about that. So as I just mentioned, I am doing a March challenge, and that is purely for print on demand. So it's not with KDP, although you could technically do it for KDP. Basically, the challenge for myself is to upload 3 designs on both Merch by Amazon and Redbubble for the next month. So that was starting from yesterday, which was the 2nd of March, and it's going to continue till the 3rd of April. And then I'll see how it goes. You might think, oh, well, 3 designs, that's not very much. But it actually takes me a lot of time because it's not just the uploading, but also the actual design as well. So I do take my time over it. 3 seems manageable to me. So it's 3 different designs, and I'm going to try and keep those within the same niche so that it's just a bit easier in order to do the design. I'm going to try and stick to that every single day. And this is huge for me because I literally haven't been uploading to merch consistently for years. I think I got my account in 2018 and I've not used it very much. Merch has changed so much recently, and they have lots of other products. They have tote bags and pillows, phone cases, and I actually sold a phone case with one of my newer designs just the other day. which was the first for me. I'd not sold a phone case on Merch by Amazon before. If you don't know about merch, you can look it up. Just look up Merch by Amazon. I'll link to it in the description below. You do have to apply, and I think it's probably a lot harder now. Obviously, when I did it, it was a long time ago. I think they were letting anyone in. Now it's a bit harder. But yeah, anyway, I'm excited. I've done it for a couple of days now. I'm not going to include KDP in this because I do take a little bit more time generally over the books. I might well upload some notebooks with some of these designs on that I'm doing, but I won't necessarily do that every day. The other thing I could use it for is Etsy, but for me, I couldn't possibly do 3 listings a day on there. I couldn't do 1 on there. Right now on Etsy, I think I have 12 listings, and that's taken a long time. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So 3 designs a day. And if you're interested, if you do Merch by Amazon, if you do Redbubble, or if you just want to challenge yourself to do something along those lines, it doesn't have to be print on demand, then let me know in the comments. And obviously I will mention this again in the next income report and see how we all did. So in February 2023, I made $6,563 on Amazon, KDP, and my highest day was $458 and my lowest was around $138. And just to say, as you can see, I had a couple of really high days right near the start of February, and that was quite close, a little bit before February 14th. So maybe I did have a little bit of a peak. Maybe some people bought my books for Valentine's, even though they're not typically for that. I don't know. But then it really went down after Valentine's Day quite a bit. As far as what books were selling, it's been the same thing really. I do have a couple of newer books that have started to take off. One just got a 5-star review, so that's probably what's helped that. And I've been getting sales most days for that book. So in February 2022, I made $5,600. So, that's nearly $1,000 difference. I'm really happy with that. Totally different month though. I didn't have the peak early on in the month so much, and then I had a peak right at the end of February, which was unusual. But yeah, it just shows you that you can't rely on one month being the same as another. So here I am on the Canadian platform, and I spent $82 Canadian dollars in February, and the ACOS was 16%, which was really good. I didn't really spend that much time again optimizing ads. I was so busy doing other things in February that I sort of looked maybe once or twice a week-ish, but luckily everything was just kind of going smoothly really, so I didn't have to do too much. This is on the US platform, so I spent $109 roughly, and the ACOS was 23%, so a bit higher, but that was still completely fine. Again, I did go in and optimize it towards the end of February, and there were a couple of things that had gone ridiculously high. I think one of the ACOS for one of the books was over 100%. So yes, I switched that off, but didn't really do too much as far as optimizing it. So lastly, this was the UK platform, and I spent £89 there, and there was a 18% ACOS, which is really good. And as I said, I'm not too bothered about that, just as long as it's a break-even ACOS is fine. But obviously you don't want to be spending money that you don't need to be spending, and in some cases you do need to go in and optimize things, as long as you don't do it too readily. Sometimes I go in after a week and a couple of the books have a really high ACOS, but then if you look at it over the course of the month, it's completely different. So the ACOS might have gone up to 50% on something temporarily, but then if you look at it over a 30-day period, the ACOS might be 15% or something. So it's hard to kind of make that judgment. My total ad spend in February then, once I've transferred all the Canadian dollars and UK dollars into UK pounds into US dollars, it was around $276 in total, and then there was 20% VAT that I get charged in the UK that is automatically comes off when they bill you. Basically the 20% comes off, and so that comes to $331 in total that I spent on ads. So as far as tools go, that has changed quite a bit recently. Some of the ones I was paying monthly subscriptions for, I stopped because I wasn't really using them. And so it was a lot less than I thought. However, now with Midjourney and also the enhance tool that so I can enhance images from Midjourney, I am paying for those. So those are quite a bit of money. So with Creative Fabrica, I switched to a yearly subscription. I got a cheap deal, so it works out as about $5 something a month. Obviously I pay yearly, but I just, worked it out as a monthly thing. Canva Pro is $12.99 a month, and Midjourney I'm now paying $72. It's a $60 a month for the Pro version, but I also pay VAT, so I believe it's $72 a month in total, which is obviously pretty hefty, but I am using it a lot at this point. I just look at it as a business investment, and I'm paying $24 a month for the Enhance tool at the moment, but I am thinking of switching over to one of the other ones. So those are the main ones. Obviously I have some other tools that I've paid as a one-off. For example, Publisher Rocket was a one-off fee, so I don't need to pay that a month. Affinity Designer, which I started using quite a bit more recently, Affinity Publisher, those are all one-off tools. So the profit in February then was 6,563 minus the tools and expenses, so 331 on ads, 115 on tools, leaving a profit of approximately 6,117. So that's about it for now, guys. I think I've covered everything. Let me know in the comments how your February was. Let me know if you have any questions at all about anything that I've mentioned in this video, and whether you're going to challenge yourself in the next month to do something, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be print on demand. It could be something to do with any of your businesses, or just something else that you wanted to do but you never seemed to get round to. I know I've said all last year I wanted to go back to print on demand. I wanted to upload things, but I didn't have a set goal, and therefore it never happened. I'd upload a few things one day and then that's it, forget about it for the next month. So I really needed to have a fixed goal that would help me to focus on it, and it's really helped me so far, so I highly recommend that you do something like that. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic March, and I will speak to you again very soon.